Hello, lovely listeners, and good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Ah, I was gonna. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. That's came up before.
Yes, it has.
Rogers.
Yes.
And then I hear lots of cheering. Wow. Okay, I think we're onto something, Joe. Here. Woo. um, so Jill and I were talking, and what is talking? Communication. And that's literally the message today is a different kind of style of communicating. And it's our old ways of communicating that possibly could create drama, that go into a way that mode, that anger mode, that I need to get the last word in, and I need to tell you how it is without that emotion, the anger. It's like see that dropping off a cliff.
Yeah.
It's no longer useful. Um, and Jill, you learned your own little style of technique.
Yeah.
Within you were mentioning the last how many months here?
Yeah. And this technique did emerge a few years ago, but I really started using it like actively the last about 6 months. And in my mind, in my experience, it's just magical. And it's so simple, Kim. Again, I'll use us because it works. Let's say Kim said something to me this morning that would be a dramatic moment if I were to bring it up. It's like, you made me feel this way, this happened, and like things would kind of explode between us if I did like the old style communication, right?
What?
The new style would be to take that situation and sit with it for a while, just sit with it. And really, I call it sitting with it. It might take a day, might be an hour, might be 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. But I call it sitting with it until those barbs go away, when you don't feel where it spikes when you think about it. Does that make sense? Or your energy
Yeah.
spikes or your emotion or your anger spikes where you just think about it, it's pretty benign. You're just like, okay. Once I'm at that stage, I actually go and have whatever conversation I still need to have to say whatever I need to say, but it's all done like soul to soul, if you will. It's like my energy to Kim's energy. I'm not actually talking to you yet, Kim. And once that process is done, it's like I've gotten what I need. And so really it's resolved. Now, if anything comes up the next time I see you, I'm like, oh, I might need to say something or whatever. But what I've found is those situations, if something is needed to be said, or if the air needs to be cleared, if you will, yet between us, that's the magical piece. It's like 6 seconds and there it is. And we're both like, oh, okay. Kim's like, oh, I didn't realize I did that. I didn't mean that. Oh, okay. I get it.
Yep.
Or whatever it might be. And everything inside of, now I was the one in this situation that was offended. That doesn't mean I'm right. Because I don't know Kim's perspective. I don't know her motivation. All I know is my perspective and my reaction, my judgment. I could have been completely wrong, Kim. And this process, I could have been completely right, if you will, too. This process doesn't even play in that. There's no, oh, Jill's right, Jill's wrong, Kim's right, Kim's wrong. It just plays in that this is what happened. But it doesn't take up Kim's time in the communication. It honors your time. So if I was done with that and really did need like 5 minutes or so, I'd be like, hey, Kim, I need to bring something up.
Yep.
Yep. And then we would, go travel through that, however it was. But that process has just been
more. Yep. And when you bring it up, you bring up facts. You just bring up knowledge. It's not the emotion. You made me feel this way. It's more like, this is what I seen. This is, what I'm witnessing, whatever it is. This is the information I took out of that. Am I hearing that correctly? I don't want to say, did I interpret that correctly, but am I understanding this?
Yeah.
And you might be completely way off course, or you might actually be like, yes, you understood exactly what they're trying to play out. And then you can choose then how you want to proceed with that information.
Right. Although I will say about 90 to 95% of the time, it's just resolved that there's really no need for any additional communication. Because communication, let's be real, communication is challenging.
It's Ooh. And when, okay, I could pull back to kids in sports. And most recently, it says in their little handbook, if you have an issue, if you're angry at the coach or you're angry at this, whatever, give yourself 24 hours. That's their line, is give yourself 24 hours.
Yep.
Let yourself calm down, reapproach it. And then it's like both sides able to then go in their head, talk through it, like be in the energy of it. The emotions come down tremendously. And sometimes you get the issue completely resolved.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, I didn't see this happening. The fact that you just like sat with it in your head, your mind, you just calmed down. You're like, wow, that really is not a big issue. I don't need to bring it up.
Yep. And that piece is just brilliant, and it's been around for a while. I think for me, the main piece that I would highlight for people is that, again, I would go into almost like a meditative state, get beyond my judgments, beyond my personality, beyond my perspective, beyond my I'm right, Kim's wrong. And I go into that big open field, that big open space, and talk with Kim. And it really wasn't, I want to get real deep. I was really talking to myself.
Yeah.
Whew. And then I can, because then you can fulfill your needs. And that's, I think, the big takeaway for me in communication is so many communication models would say, Kim, I need you to do this for me. Well, I subscribed to the belief years ago that the only person who can fulfill my needs for me is me.
Mm-hmm.
I can ask you to help and support that out of love and friendship. But ultimately, Kim, you can't provide what I need. You can support it. Yeah. And that's what this is that's so different. And I think that's what needs to come out of communication is looking to other people to give you what you need. You need to look to yourself.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
It's yawning.
Yeah. And it's actually very fun. Once you can get to that calm space, the getting from the upset to the calm can be a little rocky.
Yeah. But you can do it.
And the more, and the more you do this, the shorter that time frame comes because you just, practice. You get skilled at it. It's very cool.
Whoa. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, thank you. All right. Well, we're going into a weekend, so this is a good one to play with for a few days.
Yep.
All right. Thanks again, Kim. Thank you for listening, everyone, and have a great weekend. Till next time.